Good evening, all of you. Here it is Sanjay Bhardwaj, Director Bhardwaj IAS. So I have been associated with Mobi Shala, and the last lectures we have discussed about the BPSC last GS mains papers solution. And currently we are discussing the UPSC papers. So guys, the question in front of you, it is question number 8. It is UPSC 2019. Although this question can be categorized in the part of the culture. Sometimes some will say it is a part of social issues. But since the culture term is here, you can also say like this. So here we can categorize this as a part of art and culture. The question is asking you what makes the Indian society unique in sustaining its culture. You have to discuss in 150 words. Then the first para, the main, you can put this point. In the introduction, in the first para, you can put this point that Indian culture is very vibrant and dynamic in nature, dynamic and flexible in nature. This character of, flexibility, adaptability, dynamic in nature. Guys, in the first para, you should brief this, that Indian culture is not a static culture. It has some key characters or nature, dynamic nature, flexibility, and finally, adaptability. You may have seen what the Upanishad message has, what Upanishad had commented. The concept of global family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Satmev Jayate. That means Indian culture is not confined to the frontiers or caste or community. The concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is promoting the message of global brotherhood, global harmony. This message is lying which was the guiding slogan of the Upanishad. Along with this, they had promoted the virtues like truth and non-violence, unity of mankind, unity of God. So we can start in the first para like this. Indian culture was having all these elements. This culture is not conservative in the way it had evolved the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is promotion of the message of international peace and order. And guys, this was a torch bearer. This all thoughts were the torch bearer. In the succeeding phase, wherever India had challenges, these thoughts played the role of torch bearer, or you can say they had contributed in stabilizing the culture without any breakdown. And here we can justify in the main body of the answer. In para 2, you can put this point because we have to prove that how it got sustained. Then the second, we can give examples. In the first para, we have discussed the nature, flexibility, adaptability, the message of global brotherhood. It means it is not confined to any caste, community or territory. It was having a very broader perspective. Secondly, we can give an example. Whenever it had encountered challenges, so whenever it had encountered any challenges, whenever it encountered whenever challenges were there, either challenges maybe of political, economical, or cultural, or all of this, So whenever Indian culture witnessed either of these challenges, it had witnessed the birth of stabilizing forces. So whenever Indian culture witnessed any challenges, we have the stabilizing forces, which can be categorized as renaissance. We have three renaissance. One in the 6th century BC, when the iron discovery, IT technology, iron technology was there. In 13th century, it was a political breakdown because Islamic State India got transformed into a minority Islamic state, and a new minority culture was governing a majority. Here we were facing what? After invasion of Muhammad Ghori, India was experiencing a turmoil. A culture was going to witness a breakdown phase. But again we witnessed Bhakti movement. The message was same. I think you may be aware. The thinkers of Bhakti movement, they had borrowed their message from Upanishad. That is unity of mankind, unity of God, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So guys, again the Renaissance of 13th century, which is called as a Bhakti movement, was motivated from the message of Upanishad, and society passed in a smooth way, culture passed in a smooth way without any breakdown. And thirdly, in the 19th century, we have the third Renaissance, which got triggered in Bengal after the India got victim of the invasion of the English company. India became a colony, and finally we were facing economic, political crisis. India lost polity, India lost its economy, and we were facing cultural encroachment. So again Indian culture was on the verge of extinction, But again we have Renaissance, which was triggered by Ram Mohan, Dayanand, Vivekanand. And almost many of them were inspired by the thoughts of Upanishad. I think you are aware. Ram Mohan Roy by the Upanishad, Dayanand by the Rig Veda, Vivekanand by the Upanishad. Even Annie Besant was also inspired by the Upanishad. So guys, here we can conclude the way the Upanishad, the message of Upanishad, were the guiding source, torchbearer for the Indian culture. Whenever it faced challenges, the challenges forces were weakened, and the culture got molded, or you can say it got adapted without breakdown. Hence we can conclude in the way Indian culture is vibrant and dynamic. Due to these elements, it had continued to maintain its existence for the last 5,000 years. Okay guys, the question is complete now. We can move towards the next question.